So Caitlin Clark is in Miami. Yes, Caitlin Clark is in Miami right now with Aaliyah Boston. And what does this mean? Probably nothing. She is probably just going to watch her friends play basketball. It is hilarious. It is hilarious, and who knows? Who knows? Like, a lot of people are saying, no, like, I actually don't think Caitlin Clark is ever going to play in Unrivaled. I just don't. Unless it goes 5v5. But her rocking up to
Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston were spotted together in Miami, igniting an immediate firestorm across the basketball world. This was not a rumor. It was a confirmed sighting. A bombshell dropped just as the Unrivaled League prepared for its most anticipated event. Fans are already scrambling for answers, analyzing every angle of this unexpected rendezvous between two of the sport's biggest names. The implications are significant, potentially reshaping the very landscape of professional women's basketball. Whispers are turning into roars, and the game as we know it may never be the same. The question is not if this means something, but what?
If it becomes a thing where Caitlin Clark is going to be there, and Angel Reese is playing as well, at the end of the day, we're now at the stage where this is going to be the most viewed 5v5, or this is going to be the most viewed day of Unrivaled ever. And if I'm Unrivaled, I would actually pay Caitlin Clark to show up and watch. I would pay Caitlin Clark to show up and watch, and title it like, you know, as much as Unrivaled wants to say, you know what, we're actually not competing with the WNBA, even though they clearly are. Alex Basil's like, our league.
The timing of this Miami encounter is highly questionable, aligning perfectly with Unrivaled's monumental Friday showcase. This is not just any weekend. It is the day Aaliyah Boston herself is scheduled to play alongside Lexi Hull and the highly anticipated return of Angel Reese. The convergence of these events sends shockwaves through the league, pointing to something far more meaningful than a casual meetup. The basketball community is on high alert, eager to understand the deeper message behind this sudden high-profile gathering. Is this a calculated move or simply a coincidence with serious consequences?
And title it like, you know, as much as Unrivaled wants to say, you know what, we're actually not competing with the WNBA, even though they clearly are. Alex Basil's like, our league doesn't work without the WNBA. Unrivaled, if Caitlin's there, should make it a huge thing, being like the return, make it a big thing, being like, to watch this week. Make it an event that Angel Reese is back. We're gonna have Caitlin Clark in attendance. This is like, and then suddenly if Unrivaled randomly picks up, let's just say Unrivaled, with all of that being said, they were able to get 400,000 viewers.
Unrivaled, a league battling extremely low ratings, now faces an unprecedented opportunity. The mere possibility of Caitlin Clark's attendance, even as a spectator, could be the lifeline they have been seeking. Imagine the headlines. Clark, a WNBA superstar, in the stands for their biggest game. This is not about her playing. It is about her presence, her support, her undeniable star power. This single sighting could elevate Unrivaled from a struggling startup to a legitimate contender in the eyes of millions. The stakes for the league and its future have escalated dramatically.
Of making this a big deal, and you can get those numbers from just Caitlin being in attendance and Angel Reese playing, then all of a sudden it's like, it becomes serious for the league. It becomes serious for the league where they're like, oh shit, you know, if they do get Caitlin, we might be fucked. I was like, you know what, they might actually kind of have a bit of leverage, because if they do get Caitlin, anything can happen. It's like, they've got Angel back, like, because I mean this as well. I think the league didn't respond to anything because they wanted to wait till they saw Unrivaled's numbers, and Unrivaled's numbers have been horrific.
Forget commentary booths or exhibition. Play with Sabrina Ionescu. The real power move here is Clark simply being there. Her physical presence, taking in the Unrivaled atmosphere, would send a clear message. It would validate the league, draw attention, and force the basketball establishment to take notice. Her impact is so powerful that just watching from the sidelines could trigger a major shift in viewership and public perception. This is not just about showing up. It is about a strategic move that could redefine the battle for women's basketball supremacy.
Because I mean this as well. I think the league didn't respond to anything because they wanted to wait till they saw Unrival's numbers. And Unrival's numbers have been horrific. The ratings have been horrific. And like, I think right now, when it comes down to it, like everyone's talking about the players' leverage. Certain players have leverage. Angel Reese going back to Unrivaled helps the player. Like, helps the player is going to help the players get more money. It is. Whether or not that's an amount of money that they're happy with is like, we're yet to know. That being said, it will absolutely get them more money. And Caitlin Clark just being there, you could probably add 1% to the CBA.
Sources suggest Unrivaled would be wise to pay Caitlin Clark simply to make an appearance. Envision the strategic brilliance of marketing the event as the return of Angel Reese, amplified by Clark's attendance. This calculated decision could generate a record 400,000 viewers for Unrivaled, a remarkable achievement for their emerging league. While still a fraction of Clark's typical WNBA audience, it represents a significant step toward credibility. It is not just about numbers, it is about creating an event, a moment that no one in the basketball world can afford to ignore.
That being said, it will absolutely get them more money. And Caitlin Clark just being there, you could probably add 1% to the CBA from just Caitlin Clark physically being at Unrivaled, watching a game, being like, look, there's still potential. There's still potential that she plays in at some stage. Maybe Unrivaled goes 5v5. Maybe Unrivaled goes 5v5 and she plays. She plays, they're like, you know what? Yeah, you can go to Indiana. We're going to go to Indiana. We're going to go to Iowa. Like, there is definitely a deal that can be made that could get Caitlin Clark Unrivaled. Albeit, I don't think that deal is going to happen anytime soon. I don't think she will.
The ripple effect of Clark's potential appearance extends far beyond Unrivaled's viewership. Her involvement, even if limited, could influence collective bargaining agreement negotiations in a meaningful way. Speculation suggests her presence alone could add a full 1% to player leverage. This is not a minor detail. It is a reflection of her unmatched importance. The WNBA, which has been cautious in financial negotiations, might find its position challenged by the growing influence players like Clark hold. This Miami sighting is not just personal. It is a powerful political statement in the ongoing discussion over player rights.
As with the Breanna Stewart, I think if nothing else, the players are at least, I'm not going to say they're showing that they have leverage, but they're now in a position where it's like they're doing things that absolutely could be something or could be nothing. And there are chess moves that a Caitlin Clark can make, because we all noticed that like Caitlin Clark is more relevant to this than anyone. Like, the reason why the players have leverage is Caitlin. Ironically, Caitlin getting injured is one of the other reasons why the league is hesitant to give up money. But the
WNBA's initial silence on Unrivaled's struggles may have been a calculated wait-and-see approach. With Unrivaled's ratings extremely low, the WNBA likely felt confident. However, this Miami development disrupts that sense of security. If Unrivaled, boosted by Clark's perceived support, suddenly gains real momentum, the WNBA could face a serious challenge.